You saved for years. You packed up your entire life. You told everyone this move was going to change everything. And then 6 months in, you're lying awake at 3 a.m. wondering what you just did. You're not alone. Every year, hundreds of thousands of Americans make the leap to a new city chasing better weather, bigger paychecks, or cheaper rent, only to find themselves desperately plotting their escape. Today, we're counting down the 5 U.S. cities people regret moving to the most, and the reasons might surprise you. Stick around until the end, because number 1 is the city everyone swore was a dream until reality hit hard. Let's start with number 5, Austin, Texas. For years, Austin was sold as the promised land. Tech jobs, no state income tax, live music on every corner, and that famous Texas friendliness. People flooded in from California, New York, and everywhere in between, convinced they'd found paradise. Then the bill came due. Housing prices exploded, nearly doubling in just a few years. That charming bungalow that cost $200,000 suddenly listed for $600,000. Property taxes in Texas are among the highest in the country, which shocks transplants who thought they were escaping California taxes. And the traffic? Austin's infrastructure was never designed for the population boom it experienced. A commute that should take 15 minutes routinely stretches to an hour. Then there's the weather. Newcomers expected warm and sunny. What they got was triple-digit heat for months on end, ice storms that shut the entire city down, and a power grid that fails when you need it most. Remember February 2021? People froze in their homes because the state's independent power grid couldn't handle the cold. The tech scene that drew so many people has also cooled, with major layoffs at companies that once promised endless growth. Many transplants report feeling isolated, saying the legendary Austin friendliness seems reserved for longtime locals who resent the flood of outsiders driving up prices. The bumper stickers that once read "Keep Austin Weird" now often say "Don't California my Texas." Now let's move on to number 4. Phoenix, Arizona. On paper, Phoenix seems like a retiree's dream and a young professional's escape. Affordable homes, no snow, endless sunshine, and a growing economy. The marketing brochures don't mention what living through a Phoenix summer actually feels like. We're talking about temperatures that regularly exceed 115 degrees Fahrenheit. The ground gets so hot it can cause third-degree burns in seconds. Hospitals report patients who fell outside and were essentially cooked on the pavement before anyone could help them. And it's not just a few weeks of this. Phoenix summers now stretch from May through October, with heat waves becoming longer and more intense each year. Your electric bill during summer can easily top $500 a month because you cannot survive without air conditioning running constantly. Water is another growing concern. The Southwest is experiencing its worst drought in 1,200 years. The Colorado River, which supplies much of Phoenix's water, is shrinking fast. New housing developments are being restricted because there simply isn't enough water to support them. Experts warn that parts of the metro area could face serious water rationing within a decade. Home prices shot up during the pandemic as remote workers flooded in, pricing out locals. Now many of those transplants are trying to sell and leave, only to find the market has shifted. The dust storms, called haboobs, can turn day into night in minutes and leave a layer of fine grit over everything you own. And if you have respiratory issues, the air quality warnings during wildfire season and dust events can keep you trapped indoors for days at a time. Coming in at number 3 is Miami, Florida. Miami sells itself as a tropical paradise, a city of beaches, nightlife, and endless summer. What people don't realize until they move there is that Miami has quietly become one of the most expensive cities in America, while wages remain stubbornly low. The cost of living in Miami now rivals New York City and San Francisco, but the average salary is significantly lower. A modest one-bedroom apartment in a safe neighborhood routinely costs over $2,500 a month. Grocery prices are shocking, car insurance is the highest in the nation, and the toll roads seem to multiply every year. Then there's the weather you didn't sign up for. Yes, winters are beautiful, but summers bring brutal humidity that makes stepping outside feel like walking into a wet blanket. Your clothes stick to you. Your hair becomes unmanageable. Mold grows on everything. And hurricane season, which runs from June through November, brings constant anxiety. Homeowners insurance in Florida has become so expensive that many companies have simply stopped offering it. Premiums that were $2,000 a year a decade ago now cost $10,000 or more, if you can get coverage at all. Flooding is no longer just a hurricane problem. Miami experiences what locals call sunny day flooding, where high tides push seawater up through storm drains and into the streets on perfectly clear days. Scientists predict significant portions of Miami could be underwater within 50 years. The traffic is legendary in the worst way. The driving culture is aggressive, road rage incidents are common, and pedestrian deaths are among the highest in the country. Many transplants also struggle with the transient nature of Miami. It's hard to build lasting friendships when everyone seems to be passing through. All right, we've reached number 2. San Francisco, California. San Francisco was once the ultimate destination for ambitious professionals, creative souls, and anyone who wanted to be where the future was being built. The tech boom made it a modern gold rush. But the San Francisco many people moved to no longer exists. The cost of living is staggering. A household income of $200,000 a year is considered low income by federal standards in San Francisco. That's not a typo. Families earning what would be considered wealthy almost anywhere else in America qualify for housing assistance in the Bay Area. A basic studio apartment costs around $3,000 a month. Buying a home typically requires over $1 million for something modest. Despite these prices, many transplants describe the quality of life as shockingly poor. The city has struggled with a severe homelessness crisis, open drug use in public spaces, and property crime that has become so common that many rental car companies warn customers not to leave anything visible in their vehicles. Iconic shopping districts that were once bustling have emptied out, with major retailers closing their flagship stores citing theft and safety concerns. Office buildings downtown sit largely empty after the remote work revolution, turning parts of the city into ghost towns during the week. The tech layoffs that began in 2022 hit the city hard, with tens of thousands of high-paying jobs disappearing. Many who moved specifically for tech careers found themselves unemployed in one of the most expensive places on Earth. The weather, which many expected to be California sunshine, is actually famously foggy and cold year-round. Mark Twain allegedly said the coldest winter he ever spent was a summer in San Francisco, and that joke still lands. Public transit has declined, and navigating the city has become increasingly frustrating. Many longtime residents and recent transplants alike have fled to Texas, Florida, Nevada, and beyond, taking their skills and tax dollars with them. And now the moment you've been waiting for. Number 1. Portland, Oregon. For over a decade, Portland was the golden child of American cities. It had the coffee, the craft beer, the bike lanes, the progressive politics, the stunning nature, and that quirky charm immortalized by a famous television show. Young people flocked there dreaming of a better, more authentic life. The reality today has left many transplants devastated. Portland has experienced what locals describe as a serious decline. Downtown has struggled to recover, with boarded-up storefronts, closed businesses, and a visible homelessness crisis that has grown dramatically. The city's permissive drug policies led to open drug use that shocked newcomers. While some policies have since been adjusted, the damage to the urban core has been severe. Major retailers including Walmart, Nike, and REI have closed locations citing safety concerns. The property crime rate is among the highest in the nation. Car break-ins have become so common that many residents leave their doors unlocked to avoid broken windows. Catalytic converter thefts reached epidemic levels. The famous Portland weather, which transplants expected would be a manageable amount of rain, turned out to be 8 months of gray, overcast skies that drain the spirit. Seasonal depression rates are high. The sun barely appears from October through May. Housing costs, while lower than San Francisco or Seattle, still shock transplants who expected Pacific Northwest bargains. Property taxes are high, and Oregon's income tax rate is among the highest in the country. The job market outside of a few specific industries is limited, and wages haven't kept pace with costs. The famous Portland culture of quirky independence has given way to a city struggling with its identity. Many who moved there specifically for the progressive dream ended up disillusioned. Exit surveys consistently show Portland losing population for several years running, with former residents citing safety, cost, and quality of life as their primary reasons for leaving. So there you have it. 5 cities that promised paradise and delivered regret for countless transplants. If you're planning a big move, do your research beyond the tourist brochures. Visit multiple times in different seasons. Talk to actual residents. And remember, no city is perfect, but some are a lot more imperfect than their marketing suggests. Which city shocked you the most? Have you moved somewhere you regretted? Drop your story in the comments below. And if this video helped you, smash that like button, subscribe for more honest takes on life in America, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and remember, home is what you make it, but location still matters more than anyone admits.